Stanislav, can you be more specific about the TPS and U4U for Ukrainian citizens who are here in the US, and what is going to happen with those programs when Trump's administration is going to take the power? So today, guys, I'm going to be discussing these issues, and I'll definitely give you my forecast and solutions to the problems that I see. You also will learn how to get a free evaluation of your case. Let's go! Hello, my dear friends. I'm Stanislav Shamayev, a licensed business immigration and corporate attorney in Miami, Florida. Today, I want to discuss my forecast what's going to happen with U4U and TPS. As you guys know, those two programs are for Ukrainian citizens who were the victims of the war. So TPS as of today is valid until 2025, the April, and U4U is valid until April of 2026. Now, these two programs are temporary. Right? So basically that means that at some point they will end, and they may end depending on two reasons. Reason number one, the war is going to stop at some point in the future, and that is the signal for those programs to end. So that's like organic end of those programs, and that will happen if and when the war stops, right? And we are willing and we will be happy when the war stops, but that's going to bring a little bit of troubles to those who are staying here in the US on those programs and will to legalize, to get the green card, to get the citizenship. So this would be the bad news for those people. Now, the second reason is when the new administration may just cancel those. I do not believe that this is the case, but I do believe that Trump's administration may not extend those. And the reason being is that the Trump administration is looking to end the war, and also they're looking to preserve the jobs of the US citizens and everybody who lives in US legally and trying to find a job. So people who are here on U4U and TPS, you guys are taking the jobs, the American jobs, and I mean, I'm talking about it in neutral terms, right? I have a job, you guys don't take my job, but for Trump and for Republicans, this is a serious issue, right? Because a lot of you are professionals and you good employees, and of course, you are a much better option for any employer rather than the Americans or someone who's having the green card or the work permit. Based on all this, I do believe that U4U and TPS are in danger. And I'm not trying to scare you or lure you to something, nothing like this, right? I'm giving you a fair warning for you guys to start thinking about the future. And it is the future of you and your children and all generations ahead of you. In my opinion, you guys had to think about it yesterday, but because that's what's going on right now, and maybe you're watching this video and that's where you started your search trying to find the best way to get a green card, I guess this is a good spot. Let's now think about the solutions, because we really have a problem here. The solutions are easy. Either family immigration or employment-based immigration. And I know some of you guys contemplating asylum, but this is really a bad decision. First of all, you have to have a case. If you don't have a case, this is fraud, right? And when fraud gets exposed, you guys are going to be deported in case that's what's going on. Reason number two, this is a temporary solution because it will go on for years and years in the future, maybe 10, nobody knows, and there is no guarantee that you will get your documents, because if the officer doesn't believe your story, whatever you have it, that's going to be bad news. And number three, you're going to be stuck in the US, right? You won't be able to get outside. You're just waiting patiently for unknown, because there is nothing that controls this particular industry. So the only two ways that are left left are family immigration, and 95% of you came here with families, with kids. So I don't see how this is gonna help, because yes, maybe 5% of you will be able to go ahead and find love in the US and marry them, and this is great news, but this is very small percentage of you. Now, what is really available to you guys is the employment-based immigration, and there are 5 types of employment immigration visas: EB1, EB2, EB3, EB4, EB5. EB5 is not going to work for overwhelming majority of you because you will have to have at least $800,000. EB4 is for religious workers. If there are priests among you, and I'm sure there are, but how many of you are religious employees? Probably 1%, maybe less, right? So we don't consider that. EB2, EB3 with labor certification. Those are much better because all you need to have is an employer who needs you in the company and who has the ability to pay. The process of getting EB2, EB3 approved will take anywhere from 2.5 years up to 5 years, maybe even more. And your fate, your future is in somebody else's hands. Okay, you don't control it, because if they say at some point within those years they don't want to continue, you're done. Right? So those are better, but still not the best options. We also have left EB1C for executives and managers for 2 companies. One is outside of the US, one is in the US. How many of you is going to fit that? Probably also less than 1%. We also have EB1B for professors and researchers, and you must have an employer. All right? So again, very small number of you will fit that program. What's left? Guys, what is left? Only 2 programs left, and let me tell you, those are the best for you. They are EB1A and EB2 NIW, right? And I specialize in these 2 visas. And why are they the best? First of all, they're merit-based. So only if you achieved something in your professional career, you can get those visas. Second of all, you do not have to have an employer, right? Which means you don't take the American jobs. So merit-based and no employer stand those visas out. And both of those visas are green cards. And number 3, you have the full and total control of those 2 visas. EB1A is a talent visa. We need to satisfy 3 criteria out of the 10. And EB2NIW, we need to offer some endeavor, the idea of the project that will be in the national interest of the US government. I have a lot of videos covering those 2, but let me tell you guys, the overwhelming majority of you will be using those 2 to get the green card. And I know a lot of you be like, oh God, Stanislav, those visas are only for Nobel Prize winners and only best of the best of the best. Well, maybe that's what USCIS website says, but that's not what the reality is. 80% of my clients are good professionals in their fields, okay? Be it IT, doctors, engineers, sport people, athletes, the teachers, professors, scientists. Guys, breaking news for those of you who are from Ukraine and here on TPS. We just got an update of the manual for the immigration officers where TPS is considered the status that could be changed, could be adjusted to the green card, which means that you do not have to get the advanced parole and get out and get back in. Now you can adjust your status if you have approval for the employment-based visa in the US. So that means for you that, let's say that TPS is going to be until April 2025, you have to be able to get approval for EB1A and file for adjustment of status before the expiration of your status. That way you'll get your green card 2025. Let's go. How do you know if you may apply for those type of visas? You guys need to go through free evaluation process. I developed that process in the company to make sure that I know that you fit those programs and you guys don't have to spend $1 to understand if you are a good fit. Now, the link is below this video. Find that link, click on it, fill out the form for either or for both visas. I'll take 2 days to analyze them and I will get back to you with initial analysis, let you know which visa is better, which criteria we satisfy, which we can work on. And by the way, we can always improve 2, 3, sometimes 4 criteria using the services of PR agencies, of vendors who help our clients, and our knowledge, okay, which we collected for the 10 years of working on those visas. So get the free evaluation out of the way and look for the word potential. In my analysis, if I tell you you have the potential, that means we can work on your case for the next 6 months, improve it, and get it filed and get your approval with more than 90% chance. So get it out of the way, start your future today. Smash the like button if you like this type of content. Follow me on my YouTube. I also have TikTok, Instagram, Telegram, and other platforms where I post the unique content. I am Stanislav Shamayev, a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.